What's up, everybody? My name is Dominic Columbus, and welcome to Dom's Perspective. What's up, everybody? What I want to talk to y'all today about is perseverance. You know, sometimes in life we're going to be faced with challenges. We're going to be faced with certain obstacles that's going to stop us from doing what we need to do. And for most people, when they face those challenges, when they face those road bumps, they get discouraged and they give up on their dreams. But I'm here today to tell you guys to never give up on what you need to do. Perseverance is a matter of accepting those challenges and embracing them and applying it to your growth so you can continue to move forward. You know, when it comes to persevering, I tend to look at that like a puzzle. When you first get like a 100-piece puzzle box, right? On the front of that box, you could see the end result. You could see the overall image. You could see the final image of what that puzzle is supposed to create. But once you open it, once you start it, you realize there's a bunch of pieces that you have to put together in order to get that end result, in order to get that final picture. And when you first start it, maybe it could be going well. You can start getting some pieces right off the bat and start putting them together. But at some point, you get to that point where you stop. You put one piece in and it doesn't fit. You put another piece in, it doesn't work. And you put another piece in, it doesn't fit as well. When it comes to the vision and when it comes to working for what you want, the process is the exact same. A lot of the times when we first start something, we can see the end result. You know, we know what the overall picture is supposed to be. But when it comes to the vision, you got to know that it's a process and it takes steps to get to that overall vision. And that's one thing I notice when it comes to a lot of people. You know, when people first start something, they're all for it. They have so much energy, they have so much faith and so much belief in what they want to do, and they go for it, right? But just like a fighter, the first 3 rounds tend to be the easiest. Why? Because you have the most energy. But when it comes to rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, you'll notice a shift. So when it comes to the vision, when it comes to working on that new project, on that new business, or whatever it is that you are working on, when you first start, it may be going smooth. It may be working out just fine, but at some point you're going to hit a lot of road bumps and you're going to hit a lot of challenges. And when people hit these challenges and when people hit these road bumps, this is when they start to fold. You know, in the hard work video, I talked about this a lot. You know, I talked about once you hit that wall, that's when the real hard work begins and you have to persevere. But also, you have to also learn how to accept the challenges. You know, when I first started doing Dom's Perspective, the first 4 to 5 videos, every week I was having a problem. There was some type of challenge that was trying to throw me off or that was trying to stop me from doing what I was doing. And if I would have listened to that, I personally would have failed. When I first started doing these episodes, you know, my computer crashed. You know, editing system wasn't working out. The next week, had problems with the sound. The next week, I got sick really badly. You know, there is these problems that kept just coming up and kept arising. But there's something that my brother said to me that really kept me motivated and kept me going. He said, Dom, I got a lot of respect for you, man, because every week you've been faced with some type of problem, some type of adversity, and you keep going, you keep persevering. You know, that's what it's all about. When we get that puzzle, when you get that 100-piece puzzle and you can see that end result, you can see that final picture, you have to know that, okay, when I first start this, it may be going well, but if there's a couple pieces that don't fit, if you're kind of having some problems where you don't know how to really put together this picture, don't stop. A lot of times people will get a puzzle and they'll start it, but they'll never finish it because at some point it gets too hard. They keep making mistakes or they keep failing. You know, they thought this piece will fit and it didn't. But keep going. If you make a mistake, if you don't know where certain pieces fit, if you're trying to figure out where that goes, that's part of the process. You know, a lot of times when people hit those roadblocks, when people hit those mental blocks, they stop. And instead of stopping, accept it. You know, there's a lot of times where when I'm trying to solve a puzzle, when I'm trying to figure things out, and when I hit a block, all it does is it forces me to think different. And that's what most people don't want to do. When they don't want to think different, when they don't want to get outside their comfort zone, they stop because this is not what they are used to. Now, in order to manifest your vision, in order to get the things that you want, persevering takes a lot of thinking differently. It's going to force you to do things that you usually don't want to do, but it makes sense because you have to make these type of moves in order to manifest the things that you want. On another note, when it comes to perseverance, you also have to wake up every day with expectancy. You have to be expecting something great to happen even when there's no signs of something coming your way. Because what that does is it builds up your energy and it builds up your belief. And the amount of energy you put into that belief goes out into the universe. And at some point, it has to come back to you. Especially if you're working every day by day, towards that dream, towards that goal. Expect something great to happen. When you want to be great at something, you have to expect that. You have to expect that moment to happen. You have to visualize it and feel that feeling as if it were already here. So when that moment does come, you know how to really handle that and really know what that feels like, because you're like, man, I've been manifesting this. I've been thinking about this, and I've been working towards this moment for so long. I feel like it's here because I expected it to be here. You know, for another example, one of my best friends just got accepted to Pratt Institute in New York. You know, Pratt Institute is an amazing art school. And when he applied a few months ago, you know, every day he had that question on his head, am I gonna get in? Is it gonna happen? And what I had told him, and same thing what his brother even told him, was no, wake up every day with expectancy. Expect something great to happen. Expect to get that email saying you've gotten accepted into that school. The more energy and the more focus you put into that type of belief, the more that has a probability of manifesting. And just yesterday, he woke up to an email saying he got accepted to the school. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all this story is because when he first applied, you know, once he sent in his essay, his letter, and once he sent in everything, he didn't hear anything back. You know, he just had to continue to work day by day. Remember, I told you guys, patience isn't about how long you could wait, but it's about what you do while waiting. So while he was waiting for that moment of opportunity, he was working every day, expecting something great to happen. He was like, yo, I know and I got a strong feeling that this is gonna happen. I don't wanna focus my energy into it not happening, because that's gonna take away from the belief. So now, when he got his acceptance letter, not only did he just get accepted to the school, but he also got a 2-year scholarship for $50,000. See, now that's what expectancy is, and that's what perseverance is waking up every day with expectancy and also having faith in something even when you don't see it happening right in front of you. Remember, faith is seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness. So when your eyes are physically not seeing anything, when you're not seeing the results that you want right away, that's okay. You have to believe in your heart and see with your heart, see the light within your heart in order to really believe that these things are going to manifest and come true. I've watched this happen in so many different occasions, and I'm telling you, this continuously works. So for another example, one of my other best friends, Chase Johnson, who happens to be Devin Johnson's brother, got accepted to USC Film School about a year ago. Before he got into USC Film School, he had to write a personal statement. Within that personal statement, he had to basically write about why he thinks USC should accept him. And he did something really interesting. You know, in that personal statement, he talked about Pokemon. You know the main character, Ash Ketchum? One of his biggest mottos is, you gotta catch them all. His thing that he loved to do was to go out, travel the world, and he wanted to catch all the top Pokemon, right? What Chase did was use that concept and compared it to how when you go out in the world of how you got to catch all of your dreams, how you got to manifest the things that you visualize, the things that you really care about, the things that you want to manifest to this life. Catch them, don't stop. And he went into that more and more. When USC read that letter, they accepted him. But on the other side of things, on the process of writing that letter, Chase was laughed at by a lot of people that he thought were his friends. When he told people about what he wrote about, they're like, dude, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of corny. That's stupid. You know, they say all these negative things about it, right? But Chase, on the other hand, he believed in what he can do. He believed in his vision, and he believed in what he had to say. He expected USC to read this and accept him. Months and months go by. What happened? He got an email, got an acceptance letter. My dad created a boxing program called KO High, where other high schools can box other high schools. And in the process of doing this, man, my dad faced so many trials and tribulations. People telling him, no, you couldn't do this. No, high school boxing has never been done before and it will never be done. And my dad kept going against the odds. He believed in what he wanted to do. 15 years later, My dad is now recognized as the first one in history to create a successful boxing program where other high schools can fight other high schools. But in the process of doing that, I saw a lot of the things that my dad went through. There would be some boxing events he would put on that would go very well, and there'll be some boxing events that he'll put on that wouldn't go well at all. And he had to learn from those mistakes. There's a lot of times where my dad wanted to throw in the towel. There was a lot of times where my dad wanted to stop because no one was willing to help him. Everybody kept telling him no. Everybody kept telling him this isn't possible. But he beat those odds, and he ended up doing it. That's what persevering is. It's having faith. It's seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness. When we start going through problems, when we face certain things, a lot of times it can discourage us and it can make us even question ourselves. But the key to persevering is having faith and it's believing in what you are doing. It's believing that the thing that you are doing, the thing you are working on, is bigger than you. So when you have that type of frequency, when you have that thought process, you will never stop until you get what you want. And that's how you obtain what you want, because you persevere. And when you continue to persevere, you will always get what you want. And when you get what you want, I guarantee you're gonna get more than what you just wanted. When I got accepted on Ray Donovan, I was only supposed to be on the show for 4 episodes. Now I have a recurring role and I'm now in the 5th season. It's funny how it works, right? So other than that, thank you very much for tuning into this week's episode of Dom's Perspective, episode 8. Make sure you follow me on the gram and continue to move forward, continue to persevere. Don't stop, don't give up. I don't care if people are telling you no. I don't care if you're not seeing any immediate results right away. Continue to persevere, don't stop. All right, y'all, peace.
It's that real shit.